Welcome to my channel. Get comfortable, get you a snack, chill. We're gonna sit and talk about stuff. Okay, so I've been off of booktube for a couple of years now because I had some big changes in my life and had to deal with those changes. I did do a little bit of reading during that time. Let's see. I had started and DNF'd Bloodlaced. I finished Fever Dream, the graphic novel. I did read a little bit of A Lady in Rooksgrave Manor. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm going to. So far in 2024, I have started a few audiobooks. I had finished a Sherlock Holmes audiobook. I'm nearly done with Nevernight, and I have a couple more lined up. I found that listening to audiobooks while I'm at work is a good way to kind of reclaim some of my time, and I'm grateful that I can at my job currently. A lot of physical reading lately, so that's something that I need to try to work back into my routine. And I need to work filming back into my routine. I do have time to do it, I just need to get used to doing it again and fit it back in. I'm a little stuffed up. But yeah, like, I get 2 days off a week from work right now, so those can definitely be good filming days, and I do have a little bit of time in the morning before I have to go to work that I could film where I'm usually alone. I haven't gotten comfortable filming in front of other people. So I need to try right now just film by myself until I can get more comfortable again, and then maybe I'll try filming in front of Ken. I don't know. We'll see. But most of my free time, especially after work, I spending time with Kenny. And we watch a lot of anime, we watch a lot of YouTube. During my time alone, I watch a lot of booktube. But yeah, like, we love watching anime. We're rewatching The Big Bang Theory because I haven't watched all of it. I've only watched parts of it here and there. So for January 2024, I wanted to try to get back into reading again, and I figured the easiest way to do that would be to start listening to some audiobooks. And at my current job, sometimes there's downtime where I could easily listen to an audiobook while I'm cleaning and doing stuff. I just have to pause it when necessary. So I started with A Study in Scarlet, which is a Sherlock Holmes book. I did that audiobook, and that one was really short. I want to say it was under 10 hours, so I was able to finish that in like 2 days. So that was easy. Then I listened to The Vampire Academy. I'm just doing that for a specific, 2 videos. That was why I wanted to listen to that one. And then I picked up Nevernight again. I had started reading it physically and got about 8 chapters in, so I listened to the audiobook from chapter 9 until the end, and I really liked that. That was a lot of fun. And yesterday, January 25th, I started listening to Throne of Glass. I have not finished it yet, which today is the 26th of January. I haven't finished it yet, but I might be able to finish it by the end of January. If not, probably the first week of February for sure. Like a couple days into it. So far, Studying Scarlet, Vampire Academy, Nevernight, those are finished. I have 3 books done for the year. I haven't wanted, like, I want to do a TBR video, and yet I kind of don't, because I have all these different TBR ideas, and I'm not sure where I want to fit them in, and I have a bunch of audiobooks lined up to listen to, so I'm happy about that, so I know I can fit those in easily, and it seems like I could probably do between 2 and 4 audiobooks per month just by listening to them at work, so I like that. I haven't picked up anything physically to read yet this year, but I'm gonna try to in February. Reading physically takes me longer, but I like so that I can actually come up with more to say in a video and make the video more interesting. So I can go slower, but it means that it's going to take longer to make any videos because I'm going slower. I wanted to try to do like the whole weekly vlogging thing, but so far I haven't been able to really fit that into my schedule. I can if I tried, but I haven't been able to yet. Like, I haven't had the gumption to. I'm still kind of getting back into the flow of doing booktube and being in front of the camera again, so it's gonna take me a little while to adjust. And right now I don't have a whole lot going on in my life at this moment, because we're still just working and trying to save money up for a vehicle and trying to save up for the move. First the vehicle, then the move. And there's so many things, like, we need a vehicle, we're planning to try to move to North Dakota, I need to learn how to drive, and then we'll have to get me a vehicle most likely after we move out there. But, I mean, North Dakota's rough as far as weather goes, so it's gonna have to be 4-wheel drive, and it's like, it's scary. I know you think I'm 38, I should know how to drive, but I haven't had a lot of practice. I haven't tried to drive, so I've been a late bloomer in a lot of things in life, for sure. But with all the changes that I've had in the last couple of years, I didn't do a whole lot of reading during that time, so it feels good to get back into a hobby that I enjoyed, and I wanted to do the whole booktube thing, so that's the secondary hobby, reading and booktube. 2 different hobbies, for sure, but they coincide together and are dependent on one another. The reading depends on the booktubing because it gives the accountability of, like, okay, I need to read in order to make video content. I need to make video content in order to read? Not necessarily, no. But because I want to do the video content, that gives the reading some accountability of, like, okay, I need to read this week, you know. I had sat down back in 2020 and looked at all of my physical books and had kind of planned out, like, over 25 different TBRs of, like, grouping my different physical books together, of, like, okay, I want to read these together, I want to read those together. Because of this one, I want to try to look for these kind of books, you know. So that's one big reason why I don't really want to do a TBR video, because I have all these TBRs in mind of like, I want to read all these things, but at the same time it's like so much pressure in that sense. So I'm like, yeah. The videos that I want to make also, like the books that I have, the videos that I want to make coincide together, creating the TBRs that I want to do. And I didn't bring them up, but I know yeah, I guess I could share that. Okay, so TBR wise, let's see. I'm gonna read some YA vampire books, hence me reading Vampire Academy. That's part of that video. I'm gonna try to do some YA mystery books, because I have the Hardy Boys, I have a couple Nancy Drew books, and then I'm gonna try to add some other ones that I got a hold of, even one that's a little bit newer as well. And then I'm gonna do some sci-fi. I have some fantasy books that I could read that I made a TBR of, but those are going to be longer because they're physical, so that's going to take a while. There's a few different series that I could finish. There's 2 that I have all the books for that I could work on. Like 2. Gilded, Stalking Jack the Ripper, Gilded Wolves, Stalking Jack the Ripper, House of Fears. Okay, so there's 3 series. There's 3 series that I could finish. And during this year, I'll try to. I can't guarantee that I will, but during this year I'll try to. Because I read Nevernight, I want to finish that series, but I do not have the other 2 books yet. So those will have to be later on. Since I'm trying to save money, I'm trying not to spend money. Getting a hold on them on Libby is a little bit difficult since they're so popular. Maybe. And if I feel like it, I could do an Audible credit on them. Maybe later this year I will. I do have Audible where I'm doing 1 credit per month, and their Plus catalog. So maybe I'll use credit for each of those later this year. What other ones was I doing? Oh, for one of my videos, which is Reading Like a Booktuber, I have done some of the books of. It'll probably end up being like the first video that I finish, besides like these updates. Most likely. Well, maybe. There's still three books that I want to do for that. I could knock it down because I kind of want to like have each video have at least 4 books that I do. And I've already done Vampire Academy, Nevernight, and Thorn Glass. And you could count Monstrous that I read before. I could either quickly reread that or just talk about what I remember from reading it. But that's short enough that I could reread it, for sure. then I could cut out those other books. Because my interest in those other 3 books is like, I could hold off on them. Yeah, I might do that. That way I can make the video quicker. I fear that it's gonna make the video like lacking because there won't be enough to it though. See, that's the hard thing sometimes, because I feel like I don't have enough to say about the books to make the video interesting. I don't know. I'm up in the air now, considering that I could drop those 3 books that I'm like on the fence about listening to, so that I could listen to some other books that have piqued my interest recently. That's not to say that I won't ever pick them up back up again, because I do have a little bit of interest in at least one of them. Yeah, I think I might do that. Okay, so for the reading like the specific booktuber, I was going to read Night Circus, The Last Wish, and Red Rising. But now that I think about it, in order for me to actually do some other audiobooks that I'm really interested in, I think I'm going to drop those from my video TBR. I like that idea. Now, because we plan on moving, granted we're not going to move for a couple of years, but I wanted to try to get ahead on things, so I have, like, we took down a couple of my bookcases, and I actually boxed up a lot of my books and stuffed them in a closet. I may end up dragging some of those books back out in order to read them during these couple of years that we're working to save. I wish I could save more money faster. I really do. And it's tough, because we don't make a whole lot, and I gotta try to budget, and I squeeze that budget. Oh boy, do I squeeze that budget. But yeah, and I'm thinking that pretty much by the end of the year, it's probably going to take that long just to get a vehicle, and then it's going to take another year to try to save some money, and like we were hoping to try to save up like 10 grand before going out there so that we can have an easier start when we get out there. But I need to try to get myself reacquainted with talking to the camera again and fitting reading into my life again. When we had the girls, summers, it was near impossible to have any time to read. I barely had time to breathe. At least that's how it felt. Of course, I'd never really taken care of kids on a daily basis like that before, so it was a big change for me. And I mean, I loved every minute of it, but still, it's like I didn't find the time for myself that I wanted to find, or that I was used to finding, for sure. Right now, we're in a period of trying to save up money in order to move out where the girls live, so we are not going to have them this summer. That way we can try to save money, which it sucks, because like we miss them and we want to see them, but money wise, in order to be able to save up by the time that we want to, I don't even know if we're going to be able to by that deadline. But we'll try. Like, I'm hoping to have enough for a vehicle by the end of 24. Try to get something that isn't gonna die right away, instead of just, you know, a $2,000 clunker like we're used to getting. Try to get something for like $5,000 that might not die so quick, hopefully. One can hope. But we gotta save up the money to do that first. But yeah, at the moment, basically I'm trying to get back into the swing of some of my hobbies to try to, since I have this time, to try to kind of find myself again, because going through the big changes of losing my father, gaining a new boyfriend, and gaining children in that process was a lot, and I'm grateful for all of it. I'm happy for all of it to happen, but it was a big change in my life for sure, and I feel like I've started to settle into this new life, and I'm happy with it. And I mean, granted, at this moment, you know, it's just me and Ken, so it's still calm. When we move out there, whether it be North Dakota or Montana, we're not exactly sure which one yet. But once we do, then it'll be a whole new situation to get used to again. I've spent some of my time boxing up some of our stuff that we don't need during these like 2-ish years. That did mean that I boxed up a lot of my books, and I've noticed, based on the TBRs that I had started back in 21 and 2020, I might have to pull some of them books back out in order to read them like I had planned, which is fine. They're not that hard to get to. But yeah, I just figured I would kind of update as to where I'm at on how I'm trying to get back into the swing of doing booktube, because I found that during the last couple years, when we had the girls, and especially the second summer, because I was working and taking care of the girls too, that I lost a lot of myself in the process of allowing them all into my life. And I don't regret that, you know, I'm glad for that. It's just like, man, I ain't got no time. Yeah, but like now, okay, I have some time, I'm gonna try to reincorporate some of my hobbies, that what I felt like were pieces of myself that I lost, back into my world again. And I never gave up on my bullet journaling. It just became less. Like I would start to just type it onto my phone there for first year, and then the second year I would wait until the end of the day and just kind of write down everything that I did as much as I could. But I didn't really have time to like truly journal like what I was feeling in the moment, which I regret that. I feel like that would help me more now to look back and see, like I can remember some of my emotions and feelings, and knowing what those emotions and feelings were, I can kind of prepare for when we do move out there, to be like, okay, this is how I felt at the time, how can I counter that so that I don't feel so overwhelmed, so that things aren't so rough, so that, you know, I can feel more relaxed, so I don't feel like I have to just clean and serve, that I can like be me too and take care of myself too. I think the biggest thing was that I wanted to jump into, you know, being a stepmom so quickly that I jumped head first into it, that I didn't take the time to take care of myself too. So I gotta remember that as well. Like, I felt like I couldn't relax, because, like, when I'd come home, I feel like, okay, I gotta clean up all these messes, and kids are messy. I'm like, ugh, this place is trashed, I gotta clean it. You know, he doesn't want to hang out downstairs, because he wants to go upstairs, because it's too messy down here, so it's like, oof, alright, I need to clean so that he can want to be down here with us more. It was also because, you know, he didn't want to smoke around the kids. So it's like, so I'll be glad that when he gives up smoking, he's got the nicotine patches and the gum and some regular gum. He's gonna try to step down, and overall that's gonna be great, health-wise, money-wise, time-wise. So I'll be grateful for all that. Yeah, right now I gotta try to work my hobbies back into my life, and like, I had goals and dreams, and yes, they included a family, but I didn't really realize how much time a family takes, and I don't want to lose those other pieces of myself either. So I want to try to reincorporate them back into my life. And then slowly but surely I am, like I did with the journaling. I got back into that. Now I'm starting to get back into the reading. To slowly work back into it, I was also like doing a coloring book, just so that I could have something small that was helping me relax. Everybody's got their own path. Everybody's got to deal with different situations, and this is just my path right now. So at the moment, like, we don't have a vehicle for me to learn with, so right now it's just working and saving, and gonna try to get a vehicle hopefully by the end of 24. We don't make a lot, so that's probably gonna take all year to save up for something that's, you know, like a clunker that will last a little while anyhow, like a $5,000 clunker. The last one was like a $1,200 clunker, and it only lasted about 6 months. So, yeah, we need something a little more dependable. My fear is that we spend more, but then it'll still be just as crappy, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see. One can only hope that it turns out okay. But anyways, reading wise, can you see me? Is my head cut off? Is this still recording? God, I hope so. Yes, okay, sweet. 30 minutes. Okay, good. I was worried that it wasn't recording, that I'd have to start all over. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.